So as you can see that this particular mission is called the drop weight impact testing mission. You can see that this particular handle, you can see that here, this is a kind of a very heavy hammer, and once we take this hammer to in this position and then we will leave it in a free air, and therefore that's why it is called as the drop weight impact testing mission. Okay. The main purpose of this particular mission is to measure the toughness of a particular material. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this toughness, the word toughness may not, the students may not get exposed to this particular word in the strength of material course, but definitely the word toughness comes into the picture in the material science and so on. And this is also an equipment which is extensively used in the industry also. Though this toughness is not exactly like an exact material property like Young's modulus and shear modulus of elasticity, but it do gives a type of a measure, that is what is just now I told you, toughness, that is the amount of energy that it can absorb before getting it broken into the two pieces. That's what is the toughness, you can say. That means that if a material takes up large amount of energy before it is getting into the fracture or making into the two pieces, it means that that particular material has a very high toughness value. And if a particular material cannot store or can store only a little amount of energy before it is getting fractured, then we say that it has a low amount of toughness. So therefore, this toughness, basically these missions are used to compare the various materials. Okay, materials for especially are they going to get under the aspect of how these materials gives rise to the various values of toughness when they are subjected to the impact loads. Because once I leave the say the hammer from this particular location, it will go and strike the specimen, and therefore this becomes an impact load. Okay, for example, the car bumpers, when they go and hit say when they make an accident, so generally we can find out the toughness values of the bumpers, okay, of the car bumpers using this particular mission, because the load which is going to come at the moment of accidents is also an impact load. And then once we know that the toughness value of that particular material, then we can design in a much better manner and we can give the safety to the riders also. Okay. So in this particular test mission, we have two kinds of tests are there, variants are there, that is Charpy and I-joint tests. Both are actually meant for the same purpose. Okay. And what we do is that to fracture it very easily, we take the specimen, you know very well, very classical example is that if you have gone to the market, suppose you want to cut a piece of glass from a big sheet. So how does the workman will do? He will actually take a pen kind of a thing and then he will mark on the glass. Actually that marking creates a small crack on the glass, and then he simply breaks it with the help of his own hand only. Okay. So therefore, without marking using that particular diamond pen, if you try to break the glass, then it becomes very, very difficult. So in a similar way, to break the materials easily, for the specimens of this impact testing mission, we create some notches, a V notch and U notch. Okay. And depending on the U notch and V notch, we can find out the amount of energy which is absorbed upon striking this particular hammer. So what we do is that we keep the specimens over here in this location in the I-joint and Charpy test, and then we bring this particular hammer to this position, and then we will release this hammer in the free air, and then this hammer comes and hits the specimen, and the specimen breaks into the two pieces, and from this particular scale we can measure the amount of energy that is stored, okay, just before the fracture, okay, until the fracture, and that gives the value of the toughness of the material. And it is extremely useful to compare between the comparison of the materials. Though this, say for example, hardness value or the toughness value cannot be directly used in the design calculations, but they will be extremely useful when I want to compare different materials. And that's why these missions are extensively used in the industry as well also.
Dear students, welcome to Strength of Material Lab. Today we are going to perform one more experiment using impact testing machine. It is a pendulum impact testing machine. That experiment name is Sharpie and Izod impact test. First we perform the Sharpie impact test, and next phase we will perform the Izod impact test. So let's see about the machine and experimental manual, which we call lab sheet. So let's go to the machine. This is the machine. So in this machine you have seen dial indicator and the pointer, and here you have seen for Sharpie, the outer scribe scale is the Sharpie's impact test scale, and here inside scribe scale is the Izod scale values. So in Izod impact test, 1 division equal to 2 joule, and this is the pointer, and for Sharpie also 1 division equal to 2 joule. For Sharpie full scale is your 300 joule, and for Izod 168 joule. This scale Sharpie impact test, this scale outside scribe scale is for Sharpie impact test. Full scale is 300 joule. For Izod, this one 168 to 0 to 168. This full scale is 168, and for Sharpie full scale is 300. So this is the machine, impact testing machine. So here this is the latching tube. So this tube and the center of axis of this impact testing machine, where we place our specimen, that axis is angle is 141 degree 44 minute 14 second, that angle, and this is the brake. Actually this works under the principle of potential energy stored inside the hammer, and once you release the hammer, potential energy will be converted to kinetic energy, and that kinetic energy will be used for breaking the specimen. So let's see. First, hammer is now it is in rest position, stable position. This rest position. Now we will put the hammer in this position. We will bring the hammer. We will bring this hammer top position. We will fix it in top. So how I am making it, you just check once. I am bringing this hammer. So I put this hammer in the topmost position by lifting it, and once I put it here, automatically it will keep fixed, and this is the safety handle. So now hammer is in topmost position. Now this machine is ready for conducting Sharpie impact test. So how to perform the Sharpie impact test? This is the first step. Second step, we will put the specimen. So before putting the specimen, you need to see some other things, like this is called striker. You have seen, I think this is striker. This is tapered, and this is pointed striker. This is called striker. You see carefully. This is the striker. Both sides tapered. This is striker. Striker can be taken out. For Sharpie impact test, this is the striker. For Izod impact test, striker will be different. That will also we will show you. So in this hammer, this striker is attached. Now we can go for fixing the specimen. For fixing specimen, you need to go to the bottommost position of the setup. So this is your specimen. So this is your specimen. Just check one specimen. So this is your specimen. So this is specimen. This you have seen. This you have seen. This is some rustings are there because specimens were kept since last year. So this is our specimen. So here you have seen in this specimen one notch is there in the center. One notch is there. So this is the notch. This is the notch. This is the notch. You have seen this is notch. This is the notch. This is called U-shaped notch. This is U notch. In Sharpie and IJOD impact test, there will be notch on this specimen. Then IJOD specimen, this is the notch. For Sharpie specimen, this is the notch. This is the notch. Notch can be either U notch or V notch. So notch geometry, where to put notch, the specimen geometry, everything here. So this is the specimen geometry. This is the specimen geometry. For Sharpie, this length is specimen length is 55 plus minus 0.6 mm, and this notch geometry is 1 mm root radius plus minus 0.07, and then this notch should be made in milling cutting machine, and this width and thickness of this specimen is 10 mm, 10 into 10, length 55, and notch geometry is this one. This one is the notch geometry. This is a notch geometry. You can see clearly it is mentioned. This is the notch. This is the notch. This is for IJOD. This is the specimen. This is the specimen, and this is the specimen dimension details and notch geometry. Angle 45 degree. This is the geometry. Root radius for IJOD 0.25, for Sharpie 1 plus minus 0.07 mm. So everything will be given soft copy as well as in video. We will provide you this manual copy so that you can easily understand. So now this specimen we will put on our impact testing machine for Sharpie impact test. First we will perform the Sharpie impact test. Sharpie impact test. As machine is ready for Sharpie impact test. For IJOD impact test, we need to change the hammer position. Now hammer position is 141 degree, 44 minutes, 14 seconds, as I told earlier. But for IJOD, this hammer position we need to change it. We need to make it almost 90 degree. For that, this tube we need to put it, fix it here. Fix it here, then hammer will be positioned like this, horizontal. Now it is angular direction. Now it is position is angular, it will be horizontal. Then we also need to change the striker also for IJOD. As machine is ready for Sharpie impact test, we will perform the Sharpie impact test right now. So how to perform Sharpie impact test already I have explained. Now we will go for fixing the specimen. For fixing specimen we will hold like this, and striker will strike exactly back of this notch. Specimen we will put like this, you see, like this we will put the specimen. So notch is here, this is the notch will face frontward direction, and striker will directly strike exactly back of this notch. So now we will go for releasing the hammer. So here what happened, weight of the hammer is around 21.5 kg. So height, and this height also we know. So this hammer having potential energy stored within the hammer, and this, if we release this hammer, then what will happen? This potential energy will be converted to kinetic energy, and that energy will be used for breaking, striking this material. Then we will find out the toughness of the material, how much energy absorbed while fracturing, while breaking the material. Why notes provided? So that specimen breaks through the notes point. Otherwise, specimen may not fracture, it will directly get bent. So you will have some idea once we perform the test how to measure the toughness of material. So now I am going to release the hammer. For releasing hammer, you need to place this safety handle in its position. Now hammer is ready to release. This is the hammer releasing lever. This is the hammer releasing lever. So we will release the lever, this lever. Then what will happen? Hammer will swing. Hammer will fall. Hammer will swing, and it will, while swinging, it will strike the sample exactly back of this notch. Then specimen will get two pieces. If it is ductile material, it may just get fracture or some deformation before failure. And if it is brittle material, then it will completely, it will become two pieces. So now I will place this pointer in here. I place this pointer. Okay. Now I will release the hammer. I am going to release the hammer. Once I release the hammer, then hammer is swinging and it will striking. It's already struck the material and specimen get failed. Specimen become two part through the notch. Now we need to stop the hammer, as hammer is swinging. As this is experiment is little bit dangerous, that's why this protective barricades are given. So now we will put this brake. This is the brake. This brake we will use. Then hammer will be stopped. Hammer will be stopped. So hammer is stopped now. So hammer is stopped. Now we will measure how much energy it absorbed while fracturing the material. You count from 0 to 1 division equal to 2 joule. That means 1 division equal to 2 joule. This is 2 joule. 1 division 2 joule. 4, 6, 8, 10 joule. This one 10 joule, and here it is directly you can read. This is 60 joule, 62, 64, 66 joule. Almost 66 joule energy absorbed by this material. So this way we need to perform the Sharpie impact test, and different conditions like temperature and weather and other cold condition, cold material. If we keep it at low temperature below -degree Celsius, then what will happen in toughness? Material will change or not? So these things we will get. At high temperature, if we use, then it may take less load. If we use low temperature, then it may take more load. So at different conditions we can perform the test. So this is normal room temperature we have performed this test, but here in this machine, this specific environment room temp chamber not available, so we have to perform it in normal room temperature only. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Next I will show you the iodide impact test. Since this configuration for iodide impact test, already we have performed Sharpie impact test. Now this tube you need to place it at this position for changing the impact energy. This angle will be around 90 degrees. So we need to take these things, these Allen screws loose, take these things out, then only we can. Now we will remove this tube and we will insert it, we will put it here. So after putting, we need to fix these Allen screws and we need to tighten it. Impact testing machine is ready for ISER impact test. So this is the hammer, swinging hammer. This hammer we will place in this position. After that we will put this safety handle. Then we will place this pointer. ISER full scale is 168 joule per division equal to 2 joule. Inside scale is the ISER scale, so we will put it here. 160. This pointer we will put it here. Then we will go for showing you the striker. This is called striker. This striker is different from Sharpie impact test. So this is called ISER impact striker, and this is our specimen. This is our material. This length is 75 mm. This is the specimen. 75 mm, 10 into 10, width and thickness 10 into 10, and this is the notch. This is V notch. This is the notch geometry. Included angle 45 degree, and depth of this notch 2 mm, and from notch position to the top length 28, and striker will strike front of this notch below 6 mm. From top below 6 mm. That means 28 minus 22 will 6 mm below striker will strike. So now we will place the specimen in that picture. This is called template. This one we will insert through this notch, V notch. So we are inserting through this notch. Then this Allen screw is available here for tightening, for properly holding the specimen in position. Now we will tighten it by this Allen key. After tightening, we will take this template out, and now we will go for striking the specimen by swinging hammer. Now let us remove this safety handle. During the sample fixing time, this handle should be kept here, otherwise some accident may happen. That's why we should keep it, and during testing you will just take out or remove it, and then everything you keep it to this angle position. Hammer striker into the sample axis. It is angle is 90 degree. Now let us release the hammer. So we will release the hammer. So now we have seen hammer impact the specimen, and specimen get held. Specimen broke. So how much energy absorbed, that you can see directly from this dial gauge. So it is pointer where it is, so clearly you see 40 joule, 42, around 44 joule. 44 joule energy absorbed. Now we will remove the specimen. For removing the specimen, again you need to lose this Allen screw by Allen key, then take out the specimen. So this is the material. It is broke at this point. So now Sharpie test over. Rest of the calculations you need to do. So we will provide you manual here, specimen geometry, all theory. These details will be provided, and some quiz answers are there. Quiz questions are there. Then you need to write your answer and calculations. So we will provide you this type of one manual. here everything will be given detail, and this type of one table will be provided. Here you need to put your, as per this table you need to write the sample details, sample geometry, notch position, everything. Initial energy of hammer for IJOT, initial energy of hammer is 168 joule. Final energy of hammer that you will get from this energy absorbed. How much energy absorbed? 44 joule we have got. So initial energy of hammer minus energy absorbed equal to final energy of hammer, that you need to write here. And type of fracture, for studying getting the type of fracture you need to look it through eye, or you need further study in microscope, then only you will actually know what type of fracture happens, ductile fracture, brittle fracture, or some other types of fracture happen. So that this one, as you can write it, is a brittle fracture or ductile fracture. Sometimes you can say brittle fracture, sometimes ductile fracture, depending upon the observation in microscope. So this is the experiment. So Sharpie also, you like this way, you need to put your readings and do the rest of the calculation. These are some questions, exercise. So here you need to answer all those things. Thank you very much.